Long before the lines of Orthodox Christianity were firmly drawn, Valentinus painted a vibrant and complex picture of God, creation, and the path to salvation. So today, we're going to learn about Valentinus and how he came up with his own version of the Gnostic system, the Valentinians. And I don't know if it's Valentinus or Valentinus, but I'm just going to go with Valentinus. Valentinus, a figure of profound intellectual and spiritual charisma, emerged during the vibrant and tumultuous 2nd century AD. This era was a melting pot of religious and philosophical thought within the burgeoning Christian communities of Alexandria and Rome. The intellectual landscape was marked by a fervent search for deeper understanding, a quest that often led to diverse interpretations of Christian doctrine. This spiritual ferment created a fertile ground for Gnostic ideas, which offered alternative explanations for the nature of reality, the origins of suffering, and the path to salvation. Valentinus, with his sophisticated and intricate cosmological system, found a receptive audience among those seeking a more profound and esoteric understanding of the divine. Valentinus's unique perspective was not born in a vacuum. His early life and potential education likely played a significant role in shaping his worldview. While precise details remain elusive, it's plausible that he was exposed to various philosophical and religious traditions, including Platonic philosophy, Hellenistic mystery cults, and Jewish mysticism. These influences, combined with his own profound spiritual insights, contributed to the development of his distinctive Gnostic system. At the heart of Valentinianism lies a complex cosmology centered around the pleroma, the realm of divine fullness that's populated by the eons. This intricate hierarchy of spiritual entities, coupled with the concept of emanation, form the foundation of Valentinus's understanding of the divine realm. A pivotal element of Valentinian cosmology is the narrative of Sophia's fall, a cosmic event that disrupts the harmony of the pleroma and leads to the creation of the material world. Sophia's desire to directly know the monad, a desire that oversteps the boundaries of her assigned role, results in a flawed emanation, a shadow or abortion of the divine. This flawed emanation is a demiurge who mistakenly believes himself to be the supreme God. We've already gone over this 100 times. The material world, therefore, is seen as a realm of illusion and suffering, or a prison, and it's a consequence of Sophia's error. And woven into this cosmology is the concept of these ziggies, divine pairs of eons representing complementary forces, and they play a crucial role in the unfolding of the pleroma and the process of spiritual restoration. Valentinus's role as a teacher was central to the dissemination of his complex teachings. He employed allegory, symbolism, and scriptural interpretation to convey his profound insights, attracting a dedicated following. His school of thought grew in influence and spread throughout the Roman Empire, establishing a distinct Valentinian tradition. But this growth also marked the beginning of a growing divide between Valentinianism and Orthodox Christianity. The cosmology, the emphasis on esoteric knowledge, and the challenge to traditional interpretations of Scripture created tensions that would ultimately lead to the condemnation of Valentinian teachings as heresy. The early stages of Valentinianism were characterized by a dynamic interplay of intellectual exploration, spiritual innovation, and the formation of a distinct Gnostic community. Valentinus's charisma, coupled with the appeal of his sophisticated cosmology, attracted those seeking a deeper understanding. This period laid the groundwork for the unfolding of the cosmic drama at the heart of Valentinianism, a drama that would challenge the foundations of Orthodox Christianity and leave a lasting impact on the history of religious thought. From this foundation emerged the central drama of Valentinian cosmology, beginning with the very core of divine wisdom itself. Sophia's yearning to comprehend the monad was not a transgression, but a divine impulse, a natural unfolding of wisdom's inherent desire for deeper self-knowledge. She ventured beyond the established boundaries of the pleroma, not out of rebellion, but from a profound longing to explore the very depths of being. This act, while leading to a seeming disruption of cosmic order, was a necessary step in the great design of divine manifestation. The flawed emanation, the demiurge, was not merely a mistake, but a consequence of this divine yearning, a necessary but imperfect stage in the unfolding of creation. Think of the monad allowing itself to be explored even if the exploration caused a ripple. The demiurge, born of Sophia's desire, fashioned the material world as a realm of experience, a testing ground for the divine sparks. Though his understanding was limited, his creation provided a space for these sparks, fragments of Sophia's essence, to awaken and realize their true nature. And the material world, with its duality, decay, and limitations, is not merely a prison but a crucible, a place where these sparks can learn, grow, and ultimately choose to return to the pleroma. The suffering and illusions of this realm serve as catalysts, prompting the sparks to seek gnosis, the liberating knowledge that reveals their divine origins, and the demiurge's ignorance then becomes a tool for the monad to allow for the sparks to find themselves. To rectify Sophia's error and liberate the trapped divine sparks, Christos, the divine redeemer, descends into the material world. Christos brings gnosis that awakens the divine sparks and reveals the illusory nature of the demiurge's creation. Valentinianism posits a complex hierarchy of humanity, categorizing individuals into hylic, which are material, psychic, or which are soulful, and pneumatic, which are spiritual types. These categories reflect varying degrees of susceptibility to gnosis, with the pneumatic individuals possessing the greatest capacity for spiritual awakening. Salvation, in Valentinian terms, is not achieved through blind faith or good works, but through the attainment of gnosis and the subsequent return to the pleroma. The complex relationship between Sophia and Christos varies between Gnostic texts, making the Sophia-Christos narrative something that carries many diverse stories. The teachings of Valentinus, with their intricate cosmology and profound spiritual insights, gave rise to various Valentinian schools, each with its own interpretations of his doctrines. This diversity of thought, while indicative of the intellectual vibrancy of Valentinianism, also contributed to internal divisions and ultimately to the perception of Valentinianism as a heterodox movement. As Valentinianism spread throughout the Roman Empire, it inevitably came into increasing conflict with Orthodox Christianity. The fundamental difference in cosmology, soteriology, and scriptural interpretations created a growing chasm between the two religious movements. The confrontation between Valentinianism and Orthodox Christianity represented a significant theological clash during the early centuries of the Christian era. The core difference lay in their respective understandings of God, as well as creation and salvation. Orthodox Christianity, with its emphasis on a singular benevolent creator God and a historical Jesus Christ as a sole redeemer, found Valentinianism's complex cosmology and esoteric interpretations of Scripture deeply problematic. The Valentinian concept of the demiurge as a flawed creator, the hierarchy of eons, and the emphasis on gnosis as the path to salvation directly challenged the foundational tenets of Orthodox belief. Consequently, Valentinian teachings were condemned as heresy, marking a decisive movement in the development of Christian doctrine and the delineation of Orthodox boundaries. The rejection of Valentinianism stemmed from several key factors. Its intricate cosmological system, with its layers of divine beings and its narrative of Sophia's fall, was seen as overly speculative and detached from the simplicity of the gospel message. The emphasis on esoteric knowledge, accessible only to a select few, contradicted the Orthodox emphasis on universal salvation through faith. Furthermore, Valentinian interpretations of Scripture, often employing allegory and symbolism, were perceived as undermining the literal authority of the biblical text, and these theological differences, coupled with the growing concern for doctrinal unity within the early church, led to the eventual marginalization and suppression of Valentinianism. Despite its condemnation, Valentinian thought exerted a lasting influence on subsequent Gnostic and mystical traditions. Its cosmology, its exploration of the nature of consciousness, and its emphasis on spiritual awakening resonated with those seeking alternative paths to spiritual understanding. The discovery and interpretation of Valentinian texts, such as the Gospel of Truth and the Gospel of Philip, have significantly enriched our understanding of Valentinus' teachings and the diversity of early Christian thought. These texts, unearthed in the 20th century, provide invaluable insights into the intricacies of Valentinian cosmology and the nuances of Gnostic spirituality. Scholarly debates about Valentinus' life, teachings, and legacy continue to shed light on this influential Gnostic teacher and his enduring impact on the history of religious thought. In contemporary times, Valentinianism's relevance extends beyond the realm of historical theology. Its psychological and philosophical insights offer valuable perspectives on the human condition and the search for meaning. The Valentinian concept of the divine spark trapped within the material world can be interpreted as a symbolic representation of the human potential for spiritual awakening and self-realization. The narrative of Sophia's fall and Christos' descent can be seen as a metaphor for the inner journey of transformation, the process of overcoming limitations, and achieving spiritual wholeness. The concept of the demiurge, with its emphasis on flawed creation and illusory reality, can be seen as a commentary on the human tendency to create self-imposed limitations and perpetuate cycles of suffering. The enduring influence of Valentinianism can be observed in various aspects of modern thought, from the exploration of consciousness and psychology to the articulation of alternative spiritual paths in contemporary mysticism. Its complex cosmology and its emphasis on personal experience continue to inspire those seeking a deeper understanding of the self and the universe. Valentinianism's challenge to orthodox interpretations of Scripture and its exploration of the nature of reality remain relevant in a world grappling with questions of faith, meaning, and the human potential for transformation. While Valentinianism may have been deemed heretical centuries ago, its exploration of profound questions about the nature of reality, the human condition, and the search for spiritual liberation continues to resonate. Valentinus' complex cosmology, though challenging, invites us to consider the multifaceted nature of existence and the enduring quest for gnosis.